Alright, heading to a little meet at American Fusion. It's going to be the last time I'm whipping this thing in its current form, so lots going on. So we're going to head there, see what's going on, and then this thing's getting taken apart, man. We're going to do all the stuff that you need to do under the front subframe, suspension related, and get it ready to go. So yeah, let's go have some fun. And we're back, y'all. Here we are, getting ready to do it. Sway bar, magic collars, power steering bushings, rear motor mount, and that's the bushings to the sway bar. Heck yeah, dude. Yo, so check this out. These guys right here I ordered up Wednesday night. I was sitting at Texas Roadhouse eating steak Wednesday night, and they came to my doorstep at noon on a Sunday that same week. So like 3 days. That was pretty cool, yo. Like from Thailand to the middle of the United States. Bam. Just like that. Welcome to 2022. Alright, so I'm going to start on it right now. It's Sunday. Tomorrow morning, or sometime tomorrow, the downpipe comes in. So we're going to get the wide mouth ready. I'm going to just work on getting the subframe stuff done for now. But I want to have it all down so we have room to remove the exhaust manifold and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep at it real quick. We're going to pull the wheels off and then see what we got to do after that. That one's stuck. Alright, so we're gonna get under here. I'll show you. So we got the wheels off on each side, okay? And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this bottom, whatever you call it, ball joint right here, and we're gonna disconnect that from the spindle. I think we'll do that, and then we'll push this away. That should free up the control arm. Obviously we're gonna have to take this big long front cross member out, as well as this little guy right here. It's got 3 like 12s on it or something like that. So this crossbar comes off, this crossbar comes off. I disconnect those arms. I'm not sure what else there is because I need to see what the steering rack is connected to. So we'll see what's going on with that, as well as the rear motor mount. So yeah, that's the method. We're back. We're ready to do it, y'all. If you caught me on the last one, I was going over everything we're about to do today. So we're going to go through with the install and check this bad boy out. So we got the AMS, we got the sway bar, we got the rear mount. Those are the big things. And then I got these rigid colors going in and stuff. So we're going to throw that all in. Got a couple things pulled out, so let's get to it. Alright, so the AMS Downpipe, it came with, you got a O2 bung plug right here. You got 2 new exhaust bolts that go to the catalytic converter if you have one of those, or a test pipe. So that's going to go down here with those 2, and then it also has a turbo stud right there. So if you, I guess, break it or something like that, I guess they provide you with another one that goes up in here somewhere. I can't remember which one it is, but somewhere in there. But yeah, it comes with all that stuff. It does not come with a turbo to downpipe gasket. It sounds like a lot of people reuse that. I don't know if that's such a good idea. I already got one on the way, so I'm just trying to get everything kind of mounted up today. I'm not really trying to get this on, but I want it mocked up and everything disassembled so I can get it all the way done tomorrow. All right, for the progress up here on the downpipe, we're gonna need to take these 14s off right here. We're gonna get this strut bar out of the way to give us some more space to work, and then we're gonna go in here and remove the heat shield and all of that. That way we can access the turbo bolts there that attach the downpipe. So we'll get all that out of the way. We also need to get under the car and get the 2 bolts from the rear mount removed, and oh, and the power steering lines that connect. We need to get that, and then the rack, undo that from the steering wheel in there. So yep. These are good. Alright, got a lot of space now once the strut bar's out of there. All the 14s are off. I did use a jack to pump this up a little bit while I put these nuts back on from removing the bar. It will want to fall all the way out, so you got to be a little tricky. Do one side and then go the other and do the other. But yeah, it works. So we're going to move on to removing this heat shield here on the turbo manifold. It looks like it's a 10 indeed, so we're going to get this off real quick and keep moving. Hopefully these aren't too bad since they're not hot. Didn't break, that's good. Always be gentle when doing these, like very, very slow. Break them slow. Just like that. Alright, I think I've got all 5 10 mils removed for this shield. Looks like it's coming up pretty easy. Little pinch right here. I'm gonna step back and take it out. Alright, so when you're working on these turbos, it's nice to have, I bought one of these little sets, and it's these little S wrenches. And they allow you to get in spots that are really weird, so you can kind of, you know, get in that weird spot and still get on it. So I recommend getting one of these. And there's a set of these. This is 15 bucks for 10 to 19 right here. So one on one side, one on the other. But might consider getting that. This was like Amazon special or something like that. So So I got the heat shield off and everything, and guess what I found? I found crack. My Evo has crack. Not only that, but more crack. So I gotta find a manifold, or I'm probably just gonna send this one to the moon over the course of the next 3 months, and then I'll like get a nice super duper tubular. So that's probably what's gonna happen. So I think I'm gonna keep disconnecting everything. I need to get this power steering deal undone right here. So there's 2 lines, those will be disconnected, and I should be getting ready to drop the subframe. Alright, so I've been trying to figure out what's going to be the best method to get this subframe dropped while getting all this power steering disconnected. And it looks like it's probably going to be easiest just to undo this guy right here and just drag him all the way down there. It's going to be a little wonky, but having this line intact all the way down, we'll just push it down. Looks like that's what a lot of people do. And then same with the other line. And I was trying to disconnect it right. Let's see if I can show you. It's like right there. And it's not that clamp, it's behind this little thing. But yeah, there's a little plier clamp or whatever. Can't get it, so I'm gonna try this line up here and we'll go from there. So I was going to put some jams on, and I had the power steering disconnected. And I went ahead and turned on the car, started the engine like the most intelligent person in the world. And I just blew like power steering fluid everywhere, so I got a nice clean power steering fluid bay now. If you're wondering why it's extra sparkly, don't do that. There's a puddle there too. There's the wiped up puddle. So when you're doing that, don't do that. But yeah, so I'm at the point where it's difficult for me to get this rear mount way back in there. And there's a 14. I don't know if I can see it on the camera or not. But yeah, there's 2 14s on each side. Well, a 14 on each side, and I can't get to it, so I might have to go get some tools to make this happen. So yeah, that's all we got left to disconnect. I went ahead and got the ball joints on each side disconnected and everything, so it's ready to drop. But that's all we got to do. So all right, so we're 2 days deep as expected, and this subframe sucks. So we got to get that mount. Still, my light bar's a little loud there, but you can't pick it up right now. You definitely can't see it now. But there's a bolt back there I'm trying to get to. I have freed up more stuff. Everything is going to be ready to go, so yeah, it'll drop right out after that, and we'll just see how it goes. But ball joints and all the under parts are disconnected. It's just going to be down to dropping them 19, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, finally to the update I wanted to give you. Subframe is down and out. She's sitting there on the jack. I'm about to roll her right out here onto the gravel, hit her with this pressure washer, get it cleaned up. We got lots of mods to do on it, so gotta redo the steering rack, put those bushings on. It's gonna get cleaned, obviously. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it up and get it painted as well. So we'll probably leave it disassembled all day, paint, let it dry overnight. And then we got, let's see, the new rear mount is going on right there, so you can actually see it finally there. So that's the guy that I've been trying to show you the whole time. That's coming out. And then obviously the new sway bar and bushings. So yes sir. Alright, I'm out of breath. Just carried this thing all the way over here. There she is. I had to leave that one control arm hanging, that's why this side looks a little different. But yeah, gonna power wash this thing up. Look at this rust getting out of control here. You can see it was an issue right here, kind of on this thing. So We're gonna power wash it, paint it. That way that stuff doesn't start spreading anywhere. All this is gonna be disassembled down to the bare frame, painted up, good to go. So yeah, we'll get to it here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take the rear mount off. 14, 14, 14. One, two, three. Just like that. Looks like these rack bolts are 17s. Looks like there's another one over there, so it looks like maybe two 10s right here to take off. So 10, 10, take the bracket off, 17, 17. And then a couple tins. I guess this one is stuck in there. want to get rid of all this rust, so I'm going to use this wire wheel right here. As you can see, that's what a pass does, but if we get all that stuff off and then paint it, we won't have to worry about this stuff spreading later. So I'm going to do that here for probably like 20-30 minutes or something, maybe longer, who knows. But yeah, clean this stuff up. Kind of just playing around with the parts here and stuff and checking out the bars and the comparison. It looks like the stock setting is going to be the innermost, so I'm just going to throw it on that when I throw it on for the first time, just to do it, you know, and match it up. But you can see that it's got that extra thickness, so it doesn't look like a whole lot like it did on my RSX. My RSX, it was like insane difference. But yeah, it's like probably like a 4mm difference. I really don't know, don't quote me on that or anything, but it's enough to make a big enough difference. So yeah, that's what it looks like side by side. And I noticed this little crack or like gouge in this bushing for the steering rack, so I think that coming out and replacing that's going to be a big help. And you can see that's kind of worn out right there a little bit, so putting in these power steering bushings here in a moment too is going to help, I think, substantially as well. And just for comparison, you know, these bushings, you can see like that metal there that's holding it in, and then this is going to be the white line, so you can see like that increased thickness and everything, so that's really going to stiffen it up. But yeah, I'm excited about that. 3 pieces to replace that. That'll get things really centered up. About to pull off these end links and throw them onto this guy, and I just read about this, and so I'm deciding to go with the medium in the middle instead of going inside like I said, which is the hardest setting, which I don't think I want to start with the hardest. So we'll just roll in the medium right in the middle there, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm swapping out the power steering rack bushings, and I got them right here. So as you can see, OEM is on the left, the new one's on the right. You can see how there's that little wiggle room there in the middle that's getting closed up with the new bushing there. See how this area right here is getting moved over there and thickened up. And then plus you got the thicker metal piece to support everything, should really stiffen it up. What I did to get the old one out, like that one, is I took just the metal part of this, not those bushings, and I just slapped it out with the hammer and just mashed it away. And it was pretty easy. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that for comparison. Alright, so I sanded a bunch of the rusty crap out and all that, so it really came out pretty decent, honestly. It was so crusty in a lot of spots before. I mean, you can see I got down to bare metal in a lot of spots, but we're just going to tap it up with some of this all-in-one gloss, you know, paint primer. So I'm just gonna slap it on there, and we'll try to make it another couple years or something, and then maybe we'll powder coat this thing or something. But not really trying to go too crazy on it, but just make it last for another couple years, and yeah, that'll work. So I'm gonna throw it over here on this cardboard, and we'll spray it up. Alright, got the final coat on there. It's gonna dry overnight and then we'll assemble everything back together. So yeah, looking pretty good, almost like a new one. Mount, all the fresh stuff ready to go. We'll see you in the morning. Alright, so I guess I jacked my camera up and there's a big freaking glob on the side somewhere I can't find anywhere, but there's my sway bar. Turn this thing off. Not bad. God, that smudge right there is so... I can't even... I'm like looking at it and it's not there. Alright, so that's what it's looking like now. I mean, everything's not fastened down, but you know, new mountain, sway bar, clean paint, new bushings here and there. So that's all nice. The only other thing that's not being shown here are the rigid collars that are going to go right here. So I'm going to grab those real quick and show you just exactly what those are going to do. Alright, so the rigid collars I got are going to be my favorite upgrade from what it sounds like, but they're these little pieces that kind of square up your suspension geometry on the subframe. So, as you can see, that's not wiggling at all. And that bolt had a lot of play in there so the subframe could move around and stuff like that, and I think they do that just for comfort out of the factory. But this is going to square it up to where that geometry has nowhere to go. And you see that like that? So now it won't even budge when it's all fastened down and stuff. So that should give you perfect suspension geometry and should make your car handle and feel a lot better and probably be more comfortable in theory, but I don't know. We'll see how that all goes. But yep, that's everything. Alright, anyways, all mocked up. I'm going to go ahead and go buy some new bolts. These don't give enough bite for me to have confidence in it holding it in. I mean, there's literally 3 millimeters or something like that. That ain't nothing. So all of this thickness increased probably has taken away most of the bite there. But these are what the rigid collars look like, so you can see that they're on there. I have it zip tied there, but I just don't want to forget to put these on when I have the subframe up because I don't want to have to drop it and then redo all this. So I put them there and zip tied them there to remind myself. But that's what they do. It is so rigid. So let me show you. I'm on my way to the store. Should I put that on or no? Nah. I'm on my way to the store. Gonna get some bolts for that rear mount. Never showed you guys my other Evo. There's my other Evo right there. So yeah, I just want fresh bolts, so we got a clean install. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. All right, so I picked up some of these right here from Lowe's. So if you can see here, here's the old guy. So I got a little extra bite on it there. So there's a little extra length. But yeah, hopefully that'll hold. It is a 17 instead of a 14 on the head there. So hopefully that'll fit in those little grooves on that rear mount. Alright, do a little comparison here of what we're replacing. It's a tough little bag. So that little extra bite is going to be everything right there. And new stainless hardware. Looks like it's going to fit. Should be about the same width of everything there. Going in on all those sides. Much better. Alright, yo, been cranking. The PB blast has soaked. I've been working on the hot parts, bolts, downpipes right here. Got some cracked on that side. And right now I'm under the car. I'll show you what's going down. These bad boys are cracked. The exhaust guy is there, so boom, boom, they're cracked. This is cracked, the O2 sensor. I had an O2 sensor tool from my last couple Evos that I've used on it to make things easier, so soak that in PB blast, throw your tool on there and crack it. That's the way to do it. Showing you the progress, but yeah, that's where we're at. About to drop this thing now. Once this first part of the downpipe comes off, I'll separate the O2 sensor here, and then yeah, that'll be completely out of the way, and then I'll remove the upper part. Alright, so we are back in the garage. Finally, a week later. Had to wait on these boys right here, so got an official downpipe gasket. I did not want to do all this without putting on a brand spanking new gasket. That would be kind of unintelligent. And then I wanted to get new bolts. As you can see, this is what was holding on the ball joint. And see how that's torn up? Look at them threads, they're jacked. Oop, come on, focus, baby. Focus, baby. There you go. Yeah, all jacked up, and then right there on top, just scored away. So, got the brand news right there. Just got them for each side, so that'll replace that. Old nut and stuff. Perfect size. I was nervous I ordered the wrong thing, but it looks like all perfectly correct. So now I can put the car back together. So let's get to it. Alright, as you can see here, I've got it off. Here's your O2 housing. So these two bolts were the bolts I just got off, the 12s. They're a little difficult. As you can see, I soaked the PB blaster on it and it got up in here. So I actually sprayed inside the shield between the two so that the PB blaster would settle down on the bolts in between the part that was pressed against it. So yep, it might take 2 and 3 days of soaking it, coming out, spraying it every once in a while, but it gets the job done and makes life super easy down the road. So now we're on to the turbo bolts, which are all 14, so we need to get this guy and this guy. I cracked the top 2 on the left. We need this guy and the other 2 right here. So yep, we're gonna do that. Would you look at that? It's all off. So it's all off. You can see we got lots of room to breathe now. It's like immediately choked. This is like 2 inches right here, and this is just like fisty right here. Yeah. So this chicken fucker's gonna help me put it back on, I guess, and we'll go from there. It's about that time, ladies and gents. I got help on the way, ready to put this subframe back in. Just waiting on the poopers to pull in. You hear the pooper? There's 2 poopers. This probably is like anxiety city for these guys pulling in here. Alright, so backup has arrived. I have Aiden right here helping me out. I got Michael over here. Alec helping me out. I need help getting this damn thing in the car, so they're going to help me lift this up while I guide the steering rack onto the steering column on the inside of the car so we can get this damn thing on the road. So that's what's going to happen here, and they got some pretty fly for white guy cars over there, so we're going to get it done. And soon we'll see the action of what this downpipe's going to be doing, see if it sings any different and all that. Alright, so this is what the deal is. So this is what we're trying to get inside the cabin. So this shaft right here needs to go inside the hole in the cabin. So we just got to make sure that we get both inches here all the way inside so that she's happy to
you start that tip first, and then once you get your tip in, then you kind of get the rest of it in.
That's right. So yeah, once we get the tip in, we should be able to guide the rest in, and should be good to go. So yeah, that's what we're about to do here as a team of 4 people, I guess. So
gonna love it.
All right. So this is where we're trying to slide the shaft in right here. So steer with this shaft, but we got to get it up in this hole right here as it goes up and in. So it's a big hole, but it's hard to get into. So yeah, I don't know how we manage that, but we'll make it happen. Yeah, I just want to.
I want to hear it. Wait, someone.
All right, nobody's fine.
Wait. How about this? How about this? How about this?
He's letting me under that, turn it on. I'll do it.
Yeah, just turn it. I just want to see what's gonna happen. Just want to see. I don't know if I have exhaust leaks or not. You're keyless, so just turn where a key would be.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah.
And you might have to turn the steering wheel slightly to turn the key.
Did you connect your battery?
Keith might want to turn. Oh, hold on.
Yep, that's it.
Ready?
Yep.
You guys ready?
Let's see what's it sound like. Give her like a little feather. I wonder if she's just dead. All right, round 2 cold start. Didn't have the intake on, so the MAF was stagnant. So hopefully that helps our situation. Aiden's gonna give us the hit.
You want me to feather the throttle?
Yeah, might as well, or just see if it just pops on. Let's see what she does.
Let me know.
Yeah, go for it. Not much louder at all. Not bad. I don't hear it's leaking. That's good. Give it the bang. Go ahead and go to like 35. 4,000. No? Had some good help tonight. Proving the forums wrong, getting things done. Got her on the ground, y'all. Still got a few things to button up. I got the strut bar. Still gonna go. The problem is I have not got my rear motor mount bolt on. So everything else is perfect, buttoned up, no rear motor mount bolt. So I'm gonna go for a drive and see if I can massage it into place maybe to where I can actually get the bolt all the way through. So I have that off. Everything's tightened down on the strut towers so I don't jack anything up. And then I've got like, you know, the Evo tray and then the little cross member bar deal there. So yeah,